Way dog I go. This a just gone dog. That was a man in way dog I go. The dog lets all the seed fall up around the back.
Welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. And right into the topic. A big shootout happened yesterday in Jamaica and multiple police officers were killed in the process and as well as injured. We're going to talk about the person or one of the people of interest who they eventually came into contact with when they went to apprehend him. A gunshot ensued, and later on information was released about that individual. We're going to talk about all them things then. My disclaimer before I begin, I am taking this from multiple articles from across different news entities, so bear with the length of the video. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson has expressed sadness over the fatal attack on a team of cops in Horizon Park, St. Catherine on Friday morning. This is being taken from The Loop. Shout out to The Loop. The policemen are dead. 2 of them are dead. And 2 others of the policemen are in the hospital, with at least 1 senior officer in serious condition following the early morning gun attack. It is a sad day for the force. A sad day for Jamaica indeed when things like this happen, Anderson told journalists as officers processed the scene. And that is Major Anthony Anderson, we're going to talk about him as well in a minute. The scene has given us a number of leads to follow, which we are. We are in the pursuit of some people, and we have some leads we are following, is what the top cop says. Reports are that about 5 a.m., this is where the story starts now. Reports are that about 5 a.m., a police team, from the St. Catherine North Division came under heavy gunfire after going to a premises in the Spanish Town community. Now, word is floating out there say some badman gunman was in a place and they had the drop on the location. They corralled the place and they were supposed to go apprehend this individual. When they got in the vicinity of the residence, a gunshot start fire after them, So apparently, whoever it is that they were going to get actually knew that they were coming to get them. So it's not like a man lay down and say, all right, I'm going to stay quiet till them pass. Nah, they already had a good idea of what was about to go down. So this was, may I shoot my way out of this kind of thing. Further reports are that 4 of the policemen were shot and injured in that shooting. They were rushed to the medical facility where 2 of the officers were pronounced dead. Police reported the recovery of a high-powered rifle in the operation. Now, people, you must say the high-powered rifle. And we have had these discussions before where we talk about the amount of guns coming into Jamaica and the amount of illegal guns that are already in the country. So when I look at the size of some of these guns now, and the type of some of these guns now, the caliber of some of these guns, like the particular gun they're talking about, the high-powered rifle they found, looks to be a M16, but the way how the man have the 2 30-round clips taped together, and strategically, we tape our clips like that so it's easy to reload after you finish 1 clip. Anyhow, some people are saying these are people that are trained to do this or are just something where common sense. Me no know. So a search is now underway for persons responsible for the attack. They have found 1 person so far. They got into a shootout with that 1 person so far. That 1 person is dead. That 1 person is also a deportee. That deportee was deported from Canada, according to these. Was deported from Canada. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. In the meantime, the police, they had issued an urgent appeal for people to donate blood to support the treatment of the injured police officers. So there was all this donation, blood donation information being pushed out to the public, like, please go to the blood bank that was located at 21 Slipe Road in Kingston and give some blood because these police officers really need it, etc., etc. All right? On we move to the part now where I'm going to talk about the Observer's article, because Observer updated that information and said a man that is suspected of killing 2 police officers and critically injuring 2 others in Spanish Town this morning has been killed by police in Kingston. That was the follow-up now. So they ran into him in Kingston and he was killed there. He is not the only one though. It is alleged that there are others as well. The article also said that the man whose name is Damian Hamilton was actually deported from Canada on gun-related charges 2 years ago. That is what the article said. He was killed at a house in Corville Gardens, Kingston 20. The police believe that 3 men were actually involved in the shooting which occurred in Horizon Park, St. Catherine, last night, and are searching for 2 others as well. Meanwhile, 2 other police officers were shot and injured during the operation to apprehend the suspect today. All right? Now, let's read some people's comments. Joe B says, first, my condolences to the families of those cops who died this morning. My prayers for the officers who were injured. A note to the police, high command, and the politicians. You need to improve in the tactical manners of dealing with the criminals, as they seem to be ahead of the force and the SWAT team you have. No use having cops modeling with guns and not being smart in their approach to the 21st century methods of the criminals. Spend money on some modern technology and tracking like drones, police body cameras, etc. from a concerned citizen. Now, haven't we talked about all these things before? Haven't we talked about employing more drones? Haven't we talked about CCTVs? Haven't we talked about all this stuff before? We have beat that topic to death. But for some reason, we don't see them popping up or manifesting. Anyhow, I know that's what I talk about. Let's stick to the incident for today. Alex said that this is very sad and this makes me so upset. I wish I had the powers to wipe every criminal from the face of the earth. Alex is righteous. It's funny you don't see a lot of people protesting on the streets, but when a gunman or a criminal is killed by the police, they start blocking road and all these kind of stuff. I always wanted to join the JDF and just mask up my face and go around and find all the killers and just wipe them out. Some vigilante stuff Alex talking about, people. Now those criminals out there somewhere probably bragging about the lives they just took. We need to get serious on crime fighting. They should be police and soldiers everywhere and pretend to be homeless people. Sometimes some of the own police and soldiers are criminals. They're self and they are involved with these thugs and would be quick to tell them that Tom told them that you did it when your life is over. Anyways, this is sad and these criminals must be brought to justice and should be killed. We need to have some kind of death penalty out here in Jamaica. Too much criminals on the streets going around killing innocent people and thinking it's okay. That was Alex. Sean Clark said, my heart goes out to Jasmine Dean. I wish that the police could act quickly and swiftly, but then to actually find her is so sad though. Hashtag JDF, find Jasmine Dean. Jamaica is still crying for you to help with Andrew, to hell with Andrew and Philip. So there are people out there that are saying the police responded so fast and got so much information on this one case that there are so many other murders that go on in Jamaica. Like there one year it was 1,700 and something, next it's 1,600 and something, it's 1,200 and 1,300 and something murders. And out of those, majority of them, they can't find the killer. Killer escaped in nearby bushes or on a motorcycle revving off down the street, right? Or in a waiting motorcycle. You all know how the story goes already. And there are a lot of people that are saying, it's funny how it's hard for y'all to find all those others, but when one of your own gets touched like this, then all of a sudden, in less than 8 hours, you already find one of the people. Now, I want people to understand something. I think this case is something that was already under investigation, right? They already knew who, or had an idea of who they were looking for, or who and them crew that they were looking for. That is the reason why when they initially went to that first house over Spanish Town, bare gunshot beat upon them, according to their story. I'm just trying to put the whole scenario together. I was not there. Sean Clark says, well, not Sean Clark. Where is Renito? Hashtag 1 and 2. Resume hanging. A lot of people call for Renito Adams when things like big shootout and heist robbery go on. And I'm trying to tell people that, listen, a new age badness around the place. You hear that? Meaning, new generation out here, new technology out here. Renito Adams, that's a time gone by. So I can't stop call for Mr. Adams because I don't think he is ready for what is out here. He has passed that prime. The man is getting older, okay? He's getting older. I don't think he's ready for what's out here now. We need some modern stuff with a modern thinking individual, not no antiquated solutions that, well, not solutions, not no antiquated thing that's not going to actually be a solution. Marsha Marie Manjang says, I know the superintendent. I met him 25 years ago while on holiday in the UK. My prayers are with him and his family, and we will survive and make a full recovery. The Jamaican government needs to get these firearms out of the hands of these criminals. My prayers are with the families of the 2 deceased officers. This incident is very sad. See, we always go around talking about police need to get guns out of hands of criminals, right? And when we suggest that the citizens actually arm themselves, we hear people talk about, no, we don't want nothing to do with no gun, and more gun won't solve the problem. So, how is not having a gun to protect yourself going to not solve the problem? In other words, then, some backwards thinking that, right? Let me give you a good example. There are neighborhoods in Florida, USA, and Texas, USA that I can attest to, not neighborhoods, cities, I can attest to that it works. And it works simply because ain't nobody trying to rob you, nobody now run upon you and go on crazy and all these other things, simply because what? Everybody packs. Everybody has a means of defending themselves, so the chances are highly unlikely kind of thing. That's just my reasoning still. In other words, what I'm trying to say is this. There are so many guns already in the country, right? And then there are guns that continue to come into the country. And until we are able to tackle that problem, all the ones that continue to come in, then we will never be able to stop this process. Because if they take away all the ones that are there right now, there will be more coming in to replace them. Who is bringing all those guns into the country? That's a real issue that we need to look into. Anyhow, David Berman says, a good step is to stop selling ammo too. In other words, stop sell ammunition. I have a good friend who lost her 40-year-old sister to gunshots from a gunman 2 days ago. A checker and single mother with young kids taken. It's worst for the living. RIP to the departed. So this person's suggestion is that they stop selling bullets. I don't know how that works in Jamaica. I don't know if anybody buying bullets or anything like that. So I don't know, but I don't know why anyone would sell bullets to someone who doesn't have a legal permit to have a firearm. So if that's really something that's happening, imagine that. People selling bullets to people that have no legal paperwork to own a firearm. What do you think he's going to do with the bullets? They're going into an illegal gun, right? All right. So Derek Henney says, nobody benefits when people are murdered, whether police or civilians. At the end of the police or civilians, many rise up in arms when police kill civilians. Many who profess to being eyewitnesses. However, they are silent when the guns are turned on citizens by their own guns or their own gun-toting friends or family. Double standard. Every murdered person has a family. We cannot continue to live like this. Much of our gun violence escalated in the 70s because both political parties are guilty of the support role in providing the tools of violence in Jamaica. They cannot run from it. No matter how much we posthumously praise politicians of both parties and how well they serve Jamaica, many of their hands are full of blood. They lost control of the evil they created. Now we are reaping the seeds of their evil doings. On this killing and injuring of officers, who communicated the movement of the officers? Think about it. Who communicated the movement of the officers? It would be good if the investigators would look into that. Looks like they were set up by their own with links to gangsters. That is the most powerful insight I have read on this entire thing so far. Rewind that little piece there and listen again. That person has their eyes very open. Sean Clark says, wow, real talk. Well done. Ashid says, Prime Minister Holness, National Security Minister Chang, he keeps repeating this same doggone thing because he wants to be seen. We condemn that two police is an asset to our life. Two, so same like how we come against, I don't know what that person here try to say, same like how we come against innocent lives they take when they do, we do the same when their lives are snuffed out too, and we say condolences to the family and everyone involved and hope the perpetrators will be caught and dealt with to the fullest extent of the law. Thank you very much. I don't know what that was, me gone. Georgette Facey says, hey boy Sean, me not care if you think me an intellectual fool, that's your opinion, but I can't speak like you about no one's demise. Police have authority to fight crime and gunmen no have that. There is the law in the land. So, if you think I am annoyed by what you saying, you're crazy. I know better than you, okay? Yeah, it's funny how they argue with each other to the point where they start to disrespect each other when we should actually be having a real conversation about what actually really truly needs to be done to stop things like these from happening. Very sad about the police officers injured and dying or dead from this incident. Very sad. But this is a systematic issue and this is nothing new to us. Right now, right, majority of Jamaicans that actually live in Jamaica, in certain areas, they are so used to a high level of violence that this incident that seems so shocking to us that are far outside of certain happenings, this incident, 2 police officers killed, 2 other police officers injured in that same incident. This incident of for them it's mediocre. It's not even shocking. It's okay, all right then, what gonna happen next? On with life. And what I'm trying to say in ending this video is the high level of violence in beautiful Jamaica is our biggest cancer. It is our biggest issue, man. And if we could just take care of the high level of violence in the country, it would be so much of a better place to be. People paranoid and afraid. But we'll save that for another video. It's SouFLoTV. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Sometimes I do these lengthy videos and it's my way of just talking to my audience. Let me know if you like the lengthy videos, or just keep the video them really, really short. All right, I'm out. Peace.